Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Baby Got Scraps, a scrappy inspirational YouTube and Instagram hop. The only hitch of this hop is you can only use one 12 by 12 piece of paper. You can use the scraps thereof and a 6 by 6 paper pad, 6 by 8, and so on, but only one 12 by 12 paper. This scrap has, well, it's kind of a burnt orange, reddish tint paper, but it's got navy blue geometric shapes all through it. So I'm using this real old 6 by 6 paper pad with it that had lots of navy blue in there. And the paper that I decided to tear along the top, it actually has French script words on it. So of course I don't know anything it says, but it's going to be like the photo mat kind of for my photo. Gives me the impression of something old and vintage. So the tearing it and the inking it just adds to it. And this other piece of paper that I cut in half that I'm going to have 3 inches wide and go from top to bottom, it says, "Make it happen. I always want to remember these moments, be present," and stuff like that on it. So maybe that in French it says something similar. I don't know. But I do know that my grandson took French in school like 3 years, so he could probably read it. So hopefully it is something encouraging on there. But yeah, since the rest of the pad is encouragement, I would think it would be too. And although that border sheet is only a 6 by 6, it can still be used on layouts. When I seen that, I thought, oh, I can make it look like I got big layering pieces behind my main 6 by 6 piece. And they're all pretty nice patterns. I like them all. There's even one with bugs, and I kind of like it too. So I am using it on there. Well, I'm going to use it on the little banners that I'm going to put on there. They're not going to be very big pieces, but you can still see the bugs. And since that one paper has stripes in it, it's really easy to line these up and kind of, well, mostly guess because, it's only a fraction of an inch that it's going over on the color, the red color part. And the red color part does match his shirt. That's one of the reasons I picked that out. It's been, a while since I've done this layout, but yeah, I do remember thinking that would match his shirt. And I did tell him to make sure he took a picture of his hotel room because he was going to be there a week, and he might as well have a picture of it. And he upped it one. He did it even better than I would have thought me. I probably would have just took a picture of the room. He took a picture of himself in front of the mirror, dressed to go to, well, it's a think tank that he was going to. So, yeah, he's dressed in a suit, tie, everything for the think tank. They had to be business dressed. And this was a great opportunity for him, too. Only 4 from his college got to go. So that was pretty exciting. I am cutting this strip off and using it over the photo. It's the only one that was on that sheet that matches that big sheet that goes down all the way down the page with the stripes. It matches it, so it says the same things that it does, but I wanted like the whole sentence there. So I cut it by itself off the border sheet, and I'm layering it straight across the photo. And I'm going to use it for my little cluster there of my 57-cent 3D stickers that is luggage, and the cutest little Ziploc bag that has toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, and stuff like that in it, and the camera. So yeah, that was a great find at Hobby Lobby on the back clearance rack thing that's against the wall, on the wall. And I pulled this sticker sheet out because of the blue. Yeah, I'm still going with the blue, and I like the sayings on it, so I pulled them out and I cut them apart because they're not cut apart. They're not a sentence, but they're like words and phrases like inspire, set your course, do the impossible, never give up, make your dreams come true, take chances, and my favorite, remember those who love you. Since I'm doing the layout, I had to throw that one in. So it might look a little out of place with the rest of the layout. And I'm going to cut one out by Helen Keller. It's a quote by Helen Keller, and it says, "Never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world straight in the face." And it's going to go up at the top, and then I'm going to add a cluster beneath it. I cut it first because I knew I wanted it on there, and then I'm going to build the cluster under it, around it, with it. I'm also using some Theresa Collins post-it notes. So a couple of places on this layout they're going on there, and the reason is because the color on that one matches, and who can tell that they're post-it notes by the time you put it on there. However, I did get them in a warehouse box from Theresa Collins with all kinds of other scrapbook papers and stuff. And I think all of her papers were like the Cartabella quality type. They were the heavier cardstock with the texture on it. Oh, and I guess I was talking when I did my title. And it's The Happy Life by Paige Evans collection. And how could I pass up using them when it's navy that's on my layout? But yeah, it says passing inspection. Then I have hashtag it is a go. So, well, I couldn't think of anything else to do with this picture after having him make sure he took them. And I did straighten the title, well, the first three letters, I think, of it, the PAS, because it's kind of goes uphill a little after that. And everything else looks pretty straight. But now, yeah, the whole thing does because I moved them up a tiny bit and don't look quite as wobbly. When I'm sitting here holding this layout, it's amazing what all I can see that I missed when I was doing it to start with. When I started on the layout on the bottom right, I was thinking, boy, I need something that's another shape besides a rectangle because I got plenty of that down here. So I'm pulling out my die that's a geometric shaped one, and it's going to add a circle to it, only instead of a plain circle, of course, it's a nice circle. I really love this die. It's a little hard sometimes to cut out because I got to poke each little thing out. It don't fall out, the pieces don't, but it's worth it. And then I'm going to make a second one and tear the one in the upper left hand corner apart just so I can add that in there because I thought, I mean, I need it up there too. Oh, and that circle up there, it says dance like no one's watching. I've never seen my grandson dance. So I thought I'd be able to throw that on there anyway because maybe he does do it when no one's watching. But yeah, that was a fun one to add. And I'm also going to pull out some enamel dots, and they're going to match the paper on the left hand side and his shirt and bring that color out just a little bit more. It's there in the word dance, and then in the bottom right hand corner, it's also in the frame and the word potential. And so, yeah, I'm bringing it out a little bit. And, well, yeah, and on the luggage too. But, yeah, I thought I needed to bring it out in a few places and another texture because, yeah, the fun part about doing the scrapbooking layouts is to add different shapes and texture all over your page. And of course, in honor of this, hop your scraps to your page and your 6x6 paper pads. This one, I have two. Uh, they were gifted to me. At one time, they were a penny at Michael's, which I probably mentioned in another layout. I am not sure if this one's going to be the first one you're going to hear it in, but you might hear it in a couple. But yeah, I was gifted them, and that navy just really, really works with this layout. So I'm going to actually do a recap on this one. I used my scraps to stretch them across the whole page, to do layers, to make banners, to make die cuts. So yeah, there's plenty that you can use your scraps for. And some of the other gals' videos, they have got some awesome uses for theirs. So be sure to check them out and see what they did use theirs for. And see, there's the bugs. And yeah, I didn't punch out everything on that little die cut, but I didn't punch everything out. It didn't cut clean through. I need some new plates. It's kind of on the warp side, and I think that's why it's not cutting as good. See, this one cut a little better because I put a shim behind it, but I wasn't going to throw the first one away. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.